Welcome back to Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show. I'm James Duerr, your Texas realtor selling luxury homes and Texas ranches all over Texas, all over the Hill Country, and especially here in Boerne, Texas.
The Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show is sponsored by Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Whether buying a home or selling one, our network agents are good to know. The Bevy Hotel. Make yourself at home. Wells Fargo Advisors. Your goals, your style. Pilgrim Mortgage. Helping you find the perfect home. And by Brand Builders Digital Media Agency. Social media marketing to grow your business.
Hey, Suzy.
Good morning, James.
And you're one of the key realtors with Farm and Ranch at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Tell us a little bit about the way of life in the country, because you grew up in Utopia, didn't you?
I did. I grew up in Utopia. I left at 18 to go to college, like many kids do, and lived in San Antonio and Dallas and Memphis, Tennessee, then back to San Antonio before moving out to Utopia 17 years ago.
Wow.
With my young kids, and I was very sick and just needed to be in a different environment. And I got well, and I went into my parents' real estate business.
Right.
They had been out there for over 40 years.
So you know the area.
Oh yeah.
The rest
I grew
is
up
history.
There. I mean, there's roads now that weren't there when I was running the back roads. So I've enjoyed getting into the real estate business. I originally went into it thinking I needed a better driveway, and got the driveway and just kept going.
Yeah. And how is somebody wants to get a ranch, and we're going to talk about homesteading, which is it's amazing where you live off the land.
Right.
We're going to talk about small ranches. We're going to talk about large ranches. We're going to talk about the ranches you have for sale right now. But how do people contact you?
They can contact me through the Berkshire Hathaway website, and also my phone number is 210-240-8523.
Okay.
So that's my cell phone, and that's with me 99% of the time.
Great. And Suzy, so let's hop right into first a couple of your listings. Tell us a little bit about your Sabinals Creek Ranch.
That one we're waiting to come online, and it's 256 acres.
Wow.
With about a half mile of Sabinal River. And it has the rope swing and the waterfalls and just beautiful property. It's a working ranch right now.
And you know that lifestyle. You have the passion for it because you live right on the Sabinal.
I do. I have property north of Utopia. I have a small acreage ranch, and right now my major livestock is bees.
Okay.
And sometimes I think those darn bees are more dangerous than the bulls that my dad used to have on our ranch down in South Texas.
Well, I know because I know a neighbor of yours up in Utopia, James Duerr.
Yes.
And James tried to do bees, and James failed at bees. So it's not easy.
Bees are not as easy as one would think they would be.
But you will help advise clients if they need to get the wildlife ag exemption with bees. So you're going to have this incredible creek ranches. Is it called Sabinas? Sabinas Creek Ranch. Tell us about High Point Ranch.
If you're looking for the 5 to 20 acre ranches in the Boerne area, there's actually 2 larger subdivisions that are ranch subdivisions.
Oh, okay.
They start at like 3 to 5 acre ranches and lots and go up. And the difference is when you're looking at like Sabinas Ranch, which has a beautiful creek running through it, and you can do hillsides, you can do heavily wooded, you can do creek front, and the prices range from $33,000 an acre up to $90,000 an acre, depending on how close it is to the water and if it's on the water. But that particular subdivision actually has, water system and has an HOA. One of the differences with trying to find small acreage ranches in the Boerne area is that most of them are going to be somewhat restricted.
Right.
And then the farther out from Boerne that you go, the lower price per acre you get. Like if you come out to the Utopia area, now you're looking at $10,000 to $18,000 an acre, as opposed to $30,000-$40,000 an acre.
Okay. But you can help our listeners find a place near. You're here at our office all the time. Our office here in Boerne, Texas. Right. You're also at your office in Utopia, Texas.
Right.
So you cover this whole
a
area.
lot.
Let's talk a little bit about if you buy an acreage with a HOA or buy a property that's unrestricted. What's the difference?
Well, with an HOA, there's typically restrictions put into place about what you can build, what you can have on the property, how many buildings you can have on the property.
Okay.
If you are thinking about like a family compound type of situation where everybody has their own little house on 10 acres and a communal area, a lot of places with HOAs, they'll let you have your main house and a guest house and possibly a barn as well, but you can't have 4 or 5 houses.
Okay.
In an unrestricted, and they also typically are going to restrict what kind of livestock you can have too. Horses are very popular in the Boerne area.
Right.
There's a lot of very horse-friendly properties in this area. A lot of people who are very much into show horses and leisure riding and just enjoy horses in general. So they'll let you have 2 or 3 horses on your 5-acre tract. If you go to an unrestricted property, then you can also have goats or sheep or chickens. I know some subdivisions that you can't have pigs. Actually, a lot of subdivisions you can't have pigs.
Yeah. Pigs are a no-no sometimes. But we're going to talk about something also that you kind of specialize in, is in homesteading. What is homesteading?
So homesteading is for those people who want to live off the land. They want to go off-grid. Usually it's going to be either a water well that is run by wind power or by solar power. The house will be all on solar. They're going to use wood for heating or animal dung for heating. They're going to have milk animals.
Animal what?
Dung.
Okay.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about all about homesteading because it's a very interesting topic. A lot of people are going into that now because they kind of want to get away from the city. They want to be self-sustaining. No matter what happens, they'll have solar, they'll have wind energy, they'll have their own well. If you ever want it to be like have your own place and live off the land, and listen to the next segment on the Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show.
Here at Brand Builders, we are full of marketing ideas. So for you Boerne business owners, here's a good do-it-yourself tip. The first step to online marketing is with the mothership, Google. Claim your business before your competitor does. Go to google.com/business and sign up your company. This is the best way for new customers to find you when they are searching for your products, and it's free. If you need help with the sign up, let Brand Builders do it for you, and we can even help you move to the top of the list. Call us at 830-431-0665. BrandBuildersDigitalMedia.com.
So, welcome back. This is James Duerr. I'm your host of the Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show, shot here at the beautiful Bevy Hotel here in Boerne, Texas. We're going to continue our interview with Suzy Sims, and we have a special guest here. What's our special guest's name?
Rico.
And why do you have Rico?
Because what I do to give back is I train service dogs for PTSD, and I do this with a nonprofit called Shepherds for Lost Sheep, and we give them to military veterans and first responders with PTSD medical need for free.
And is there anything that the public can help in this mission of yours?
Dog food.
Dog food.
Yeah, I go through a lot of dog food.
Suzy Sims, you're with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. You're our expert in the Utopia area and Boerne, any type of ranches, but you specialize in homesteading.
Well, I'm down to 15.
Down to 15?
I placed a dog on Sunday.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful dog, too.
And he was some of the dogs we have are rescues that get a new lease on life by learning to be a service dog. And some, like Rico, are bred by breeders and are gifted to our program.
Okay.
We look for a certain personality. And my phone number is 210-240-8523. And the name of the nonprofit is Shepherds for Lost Sheep.
Okay, and it supports the military PTSD. And,
right. We work with military veterans and first responders, fully trained PTSD service dogs for free.
So tell us about homesteading. Tell the viewers again, what is homesteading?
Okay, so what homesteading is when you have a small acreage ranch that's usually anywhere from 3 acres to 20 acres, and they're growing their own fruits and vegetables. They'll have fruit trees, berry bushes, and there are a number of fruit trees that do very well in our Texas Hill Country. There are varietals of blueberries that are bred specifically for Texas. Also grapes. We have, a huge wine industry in the Hill Country because our soil is perfect for a number of varietals of grapes.
Yeah. So whether you want to have a winery or if you just want to do, the homesteading where you're raising chickens, goats, pigs, everything, and you're self-sustaining, you're on solar, you're on wind energy.
Right.
But, there is so much information you have that you can impart to your clients.
Well, one of the first things I always ask a client when they come to me looking for property is, and they'll say, well, I want this many acres. And I say, what do you want to do with it? Mm-hmm. What is your primary vision of what's going to happen when you move there? Are you going to live off the land? Are you going to, raise crops and barter? Are you going to use it as a second home? Are you going to hunt? Do you want a specific type of deer that's coming on your property?
Right.
We have a lot of free roaming access. You and I have the same deer coming to our feeders, and they are quite tasty.
Yeah, that's right.
And, do you want horses? What kind of life do you envision having?
And that's the excellent care you get with Suzy Sims at Berkshire Hathaway because this is your second nature. You're going to ask those questions without thinking about it. You're going to help these people, your clients, get the perfect place in the Hill Country out by Boerne. I mean, like you and me, we can sell ranches all over Texas.
Right.
So if you have a need for a house, and we do lots of houses too. So luxury homes. I know you sold a bunch of houses just recently over in Utopia.
Yes.
And so we sell houses in Boerne. We sell houses in Kerrville. We sell houses in Fredericksburg and Comfort and San Antonio, all over this Hill Country.
I grew up in the real estate business. Both my parents were brokers.
40 years.
My mother, actually, at 90 years old, still has her broker's license.
Oh, wow.
And she does some rental properties for an old friend. Mm-hmm. So she still has her toes in the business, so to speak.
So how long are you going to work?
I figure 80.
80? There you go.
That's what I figure. If I retire by 80, I'll be happy. The other thing that people look at is, what they're going to trade for farmers markets. Another crop that's coming up that homesteaders are enjoying is lavender. Because
what?
It's a good cash crop.
Our lavender is the only thing that didn't get burnt with the freeze. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
Well, it's a very cold hardy plant.
Oh, wow.
One of the issues that you have with lavender in our area is not the freezes, it's the heat.
The heat, okay.
Yes, because it's a little temperamental about not having its feet wet, because I have not had any success with lavender. I've killed a lot of money's worth of lavender.
So if I'm interested in having that experience, because part of the experience, this may be even a second home that I mean, depending on where the property is, I mean, if you have any pigs, any livestock, you need to visit it every day, right?
Right. Yeah, you can't just let your livestock go. Even like with the bees, I have to keep an eye on my bees.
Right.
And I was really worried that they were going to die, that they had all died during this horrible freeze that we went through. And my husband went out and he said, I don't see any bees. And he comes running back in the house. He goes, they're there.
Yeah. They got those little wings and they're
he
going 1,000 miles an hour.
He lid to see without any kind of protective gear on.
Right.
And we have all the protective gear. And he lifted up the lid and he goes, yeah, they're there.
So why do people do beekeeping when they have a small place?
Well, beekeeping, there's actually a special law that you can get ag exemption on 20 acres down to 5 acres with bees.
Okay.
And you have to have up to 3 hives of bees, and the more acreage you have, the more bees you have to have. Bees as a livestock go, typically you can get into for under $1,000 investment.
Mm-hmm.
And there are local beekeeping groups. Kerrville has a very active beekeeping group. And San Antonio has a big beekeeping group. There's a lot of urban beekeepers as well. And you have a number of products that you can utilize for yourself as well as sell, because you have the propolis, you have the wax, and you have the honey as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have a waiting list for my honey.
Oh, do you? Okay.
And so, especially when it's organic like mine, I'm real careful about what I put into my yard. Besides the 15 dogs that are in my yard, my bees are eating this too. So we don't use any kind of pesticides. We use only natural pesticides like nematodes, beneficial nematodes.
Well, where is our friend here?
He's right over here.
Well, let's have one more picture of him, and can he say this is the Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show?
No, but he's pretty quiet.
Okay. But it helps Suzy on her mission to help the veterans, and also Triple H Ecotherapy helps the veterans and all people of all disabilities. So it's great to have you on the show today. Before we leave, is there anything we left out?
There's like decades that we left out.
Decades.
Because when you're talking microfarming and homesteading, there's very specific things that I can help you with in finding the property that's going to have the soil that you need, the pasture land that you need. It's.
And you live out there, so you walk the walk.
I do.
So if somebody wants to contact you again, Suzy, what's the best way?
210-240-8523.
Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to hearing all the success stories of all your clients coming to you as a result of the Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show, and we look forward to having you on soon.
Okay, great. Thank you.
This is James Duerr. I'm your realtor for homes in Boerne area and ranches all over this great state of Texas. And this is Boerne Radio Home and Ranch Show.